3 cents a minute. And if I do it a lot, it's 3 cents a minute.
10-10-987 sounds perfect for you.
Hey, I only pay for the calls I make.
Why so grumpy, Mr. Frumpy?
That was the worst meeting this week.
No, we've had worse.
You forgot the presentation.
Yeah, but I brought the bag.
You couldn't answer any of their questions.
Sometimes it's what's not said that's important. Let me show you something. I say I didn't say something. Did you feel that?
Why did we even come on this trip?
$159 a week for any mid-size at Budget. For irresistible prices on irresistible cars, call 1-800-BUDGET-7 or visit budget.com.
There's more than one victory lane.
Don't like waiting in line? At Staples, we'll get you in and out fast so you can get on with your day. Staples, that was easy.
Still to come tonight, is your family safe? One of the nation's toughest district attorneys will join us to tell us the shocking details. But first, Rush Limbaugh resigned from ESPN's Sunday NFL Countdown last week, but he continues to get criticism for remarks he made about Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Donovan McNabb. Is Rush getting treated fairly? Joining us from Los Angeles, Earl Ofari Hutchinson, who is a talk radio host on KPFK in Los Angeles. All right, Earl, you think he's a racist. You think he should have been fired. Explain how those remarks in particular are racist.
Well, I didn't say he was a racist, but I did say he did the right thing. He resigned, and I think he resigned for the right reason.
Yeah.
Rush Limbaugh said that ESPN, in his statement to the National Association of Broadcasters,
I was there.
You know, it's a great family, ESPN. I'm out of here because, you know, I want to protect employees. Well, you got to realize one thing, that when you're in the public eye, that you do have an obligation. You do have a duty to be responsible. So, you know, it's just like me. If I was a TV analyst saying that Sean Hannity or Alan Combs, they're bums. They're louses. I don't like them. Get them out of here.
Some people
believe
believe
that's not fair. That's not fair. But let me just finish. So if I said though, but if Sean Hannity and Alan Combs,
let me get to the heart of this.
made a point about race, then they've stepped over the line. That broadcast stepped over the line. They should be out of there.
I don't even want to debate the merits because I'm not a big football fan. I don't know anything about Donovan McNabb.
I love the game.
But I can tell you that I've read a lot of articles, and some people agree with Rush, some people disagree with Rush right now.
Right.
And there are plenty of articles on both sides. Here's the deal. He was brought to this show. The Rush Challenge is the way they set this up with him.
Right.
Rush is a fan, knows a lot about football, and he said it. Because the NFL, as you know, you're in NFL, don't they have to, if a team needs a new coach, correct me if I'm wrong, don't they have to interview a certain number of black individuals for that coaching position? Am I wrong on that?
They may have to interview them, but there's no responsibility and obligation.
Right, so
nothing set in rules.
I don't want to get into that.
They have to hire them, and that's the difference.
There are racial issues within the NFL which are legitimate. I mean, that's absolutely. Here's the point.
Yeah, but
if his teammates. But wait a minute. Let me finish my point.
I got to ask you a question. You're absolutely right. They are legitimate. But what is not legitimate is when somebody like a Rush Limbaugh makes a blanket statement, a blanket indictment. That's not.
Let me get this point out, please, Alan. Because Earl, the point is here. This is Sean. If the point here is, if you don't like what he says, challenge him. Don't say, I want you off my show, I can't take it.
You know why
challenge him, debate him, confront him, and stop whipping out.
No, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why they didn't challenge him. This came up over and over again. Why weren't they challenged? Why wasn't Rush Limbaugh challenged by the three announcers that were there? You know why? Because they were so shocked.
Hold on a second. Let me put up on the screen just what Rush Limbaugh said, Earl. I want people to actually see the words. Hold on a second.
Who's going to challenge
Earl, hold on. Let's put up on the screen exactly what he said. Here's what Rush Limbaugh said. He said, the media has been very desirous that a black quarterback do well. There's a little hope invested in McNabb, and he got a lot of... Hold on. They can't hear us both at the same time. McNabb, and he got a lot of credit for the performance of this team that he didn't deserve. The defense carried this team. I don't know what the big deal is about that simple comment. That's ridiculous.
You know what? If he said, I'll tell you the big deal. I'll tell you the big deal. If Rush Limbaugh had said, Donovan McNabb, you're a bum. Your performance is lousy. You're stinking up the field. No problem. But he went the extra step and said, you're stinking up the field and you're being protected.
Let me see if there's a double standard here. Because Tampa Bay defensive tackle...
Come on, Sean.
Hold on a second, Earl. Tampa Bay defensive tackle Warren Sapp said this and let me see if there's a double standard here. He said, do we not have anybody that understands that there's way more scrubs in this game that are Anglos than are black ones that are being pumped up? Trust me, it's not even close. Why isn't he? My name's Alan. Why isn't he being run out for what he said?
There is no double standard with me. I'll tell you what I was done. If Warren Sapp had been sitting on ESPN tonight and made that stupid, ridiculous, bonehead, and yes, racially tinged statement, I would be on your show saying, get rid of Warren Sapp.
So get rid of him now.
Get rid of him.
Should he get rid of it to get out of it? Should the team get rid of him?
What I'm saying is, it's no double standard. They stepped over the line. Get out of there.
Wait a minute. You hire Rush Limbaugh. You're not hiring Little Bo Peep. You're hiring somebody with an opinion. That's what he's being hired to do. Are we surprised he said something controversial? Wow, okay, Rush Limbaugh said something controversial.
It's not just a question of an opinion and free speech. Sean, there's such a thing as damaging and hurtful speech when you're
serious. My name is Alan. Alan.
Hey, did you call for Dusty Baker to be fired?
Absolutely. Read my articles. There's no double standard here.
I'm just asking. All right, thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you being with us. And coming up next, are criminals getting what they deserve in this country? We'll tell you the frightening details straight ahead.
They're where you are. They're where you've been. They're where you're going. Wi-Fi internet access for your laptop or PDA. T-Mobile hotspot. Get more. If your tires can't do this, you need new tires that can. Goodyear tires. And right now, you'll get a $50 U.S. savings bond when you buy 4 selected Goodyear tires. But you better hurry before this offer is gone.
Horsepower V8. 0 to 60 in 6.42 seconds. The Lincoln LS, the driver's luxury car. There are those who travel and those who travel well.
ExxonMobil is engaged in research with the auto industry on a whole variety of advanced vehicle systems, including gasoline fuel cell vehicles. The basic concept behind the fuel cell is to take hydrogen to make electricity.
This technology allows us to make a significant improvement in fuel economy as well as a 50% reduction in emissions.
The challenge for our industry is how do we supply the growing demand for energy in the world with a lower environmental impact. That's the journey that we're on.
When you fly to New York, don't wait in a taxi line. Simply call the 77s of Tel Aviv Car Service. We'll pick you up outside of baggage claim and take you to your destination in style. If you need more space, dial 7s for a minivan or limousine. With discount coupons available, it always pays to ride with the best. Tel Aviv Car Service. Area code 212-777-7777.
The Oval Office. Before you can sit here, you gotta sit here.
Let's play hardball.
Chris Matthews will take on all the Democratic candidates one at a time.
Why would you make a better commander-in-chief?
Live, unscripted, uncensored.
When did you change your mind over there?
Every Monday, starting October 13th. To get to the White House, you've gotta get past him.
Don't interrupt, I'll think I'm on another show.
Chris Matthews, The Battle for the White House. Mondays beginning October 13th, 7 Eastern on MSNBC.
It's smart medicine. An on switch for bright ideas. Roadrunner Business Class. High-speed internet solutions that increase your company's productivity and take your business further, faster. Call 1-877-RR-WORK4 and let Roadrunner Business Class work for you. Roadrunner Business Class for small businesses that think big.
We're back on Hannity and Combs. Are we getting soft on crime in this country? Joining us now is the District Attorney of Westchester County, New York, Janine Pirro. Her book is called To Punish and Protect, One DA's Fight Against a System That Coddles Criminals. Thank you very much for being here. You make the great point in your book that it's not just about catching and jailing criminals. It's about making victims whole again. And the law doesn't go far enough and do the right thing in order to accomplish that.
Well, you know what? We pay lip service to the whole concept of justice. On the one hand, we say we punish criminals when the truth is that we protect them. And on the other, we don't recognize that victims need to be protected and that we have a further job to do. Our job does not end when we put someone in jail.
Is this a left-right thing? Because often liberals like me get accused of being soft on crime. Is there... She can answer first.
This is really about our paying lip service to the concept of justice. I'm frustrated. I've been in the system for 27 years. Right. I've seen too many of us blame the victim for crimes that a criminal chose to commit.
Right.
And it's all about someone targeting you or I, just going along in our lives.
It's not left or right. It's just that's the system has to be addressed.
But it has to do with our whole concept of criminal justice. Even the name gives top billing to the criminal. It shouldn't be the criminal justice system. It should be the victim justice system.
You talk about, I just talked about this off the air for a second, the Alan Paul Barlow case. This was a guy, 51-year-old man or so, having a decent communication with minors on the Internet. You helped New York State pass a law against this kind of communication, but there were those claiming First Amendment rights, and even I consider myself a First Amendment purist, think this was a good law.
And that's one of those liberal issues.
You had to fight to get that done.
10 years ago, Alan Paul Barlow started emailing a young girl in Westchester County. He was 51. He was charged with rape out in Seattle, Washington. He told her he was 14, and after 6 months, she agreed to meet with him. And but for her mother bumping into her, she might have been a victim of a sex crime. And what we had was a tremendous resistance by people saying, you know what, you have the right to communicate. Free speech, First Amendment, baloney. Not when it comes to children. Not when it comes to people who are trying to molest kids.
If our system doesn't protect them, then why do we even have a legal system? I mean, they are the most innocent among us.
Well, think about the fact that, you know, children are so vulnerable, and what we do in our society is we use them to testify in criminal cases, and then we say goodbye to them. We don't heal them. We spend all of our resources trying to heal the criminal, rehabilitate the criminal, give them an education, give them 3 meals, give them a doctor, and then we lose victims and we wonder why they come back as criminals.
And this goes to the whole system, though. I mean, we're more concerned about these guys, as you point out in this book, but then we give them the law library so they can sue us. We give them the weight room so they can bulk up and beat us up and beat up the guards. And we even give them conjugal visits so that they can reproduce and have no capacity to take care of the children they bring into the world.
Even worse than that, we trash the victim. We make excuses for the criminal. We get involved in this national therapy session where we say, where did we go wrong? Was he abused as a child? I don't care if he was abused as a child. What I care about is what that he chose to victimize a child or an innocent person, you or I. Every 5 seconds, one of us is prey to a violent felon.
Look at this little girl, Elizabeth Smart. I mean, every time I think of this kid, now the rest of her life, she's got to carry this horror with her.
And Sean, that's exactly the point. They view all of their life through the prism of this one traumatic event.
Hey, good luck.
We do nothing to help.
Good luck with the book. We thank you very much for being here. Tell us about it tonight.
We should say one more thing.
Actually, we are continuing with you.
Okay.
Right after the break, more with Janine Carroll. By the way, you're watching the network, American Trust for Real Journalism, Fair and Balanced.
Van Susteren live from Los Angeles. Tonight is the campaign A Clean Sweeper, Dirtier Than Ever for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Maria Shriver and her mother Eunice Kennedy Shriver go on the record. Plus, why is Bill O'Reilly opening up his personal life? Then, will Roy Horn survive a tiger mauling? I'll ask his close friend, Robin Leach.
Tonight, skyrocketing drug costs, putting lives at risk, and a solution is just across the border. So why are lawmakers against it? It's part of Your World with Neil Cavuto.
I've been racing vacuums underground for about a year now. I run a bagless Abyssal Clean View. She's got tons of power. Maneuvers like a dream. Of course, eventually, you gotta empty them. That's where races are won and lost, in the pits.
Break away from bags for under $100. Now with a HEPA media filter. Bissell, we mean clean.
Some of us invest lots of time and money into making our world cleaner. And one thing that's helping is electricity from coal. Fact is, while coal's usage has tripled since 1970, emissions have been reduced and air quality has improved, thanks in part to investments in clean coal technology. And unlike some people, affordable, abundant electricity from coal is always there to help.
In
In the beginning, it's always the same little lullaby, the same special toy, maybe the same expensive diapers to stop leaks. Maybe not. Things change, so change to Love's. They cost less, and they're guaranteed to work on leaks, or your money back. Just call their No Leaks phone number. Where else are you going to get a guarantee like that? I can't even guarantee I'll get a shower every day. Live and learn, and then